Mainstream is unique as a global developer of renewable energy because we're the only truly global developer of renewable energy. Mainstream has a footprint that spans Latin America, North America, Europe, Asia and Africa. These are rapid growth economies. These are countries that need electricity, and renewables is the way forward for them.
I set up Mainstream in 2008 because we'd already successfully proven the commerciality of going to renewable energy. Our mission statement is simple: we're going to rid the world of CO2 and save the planet. We see a world which is sustainable for the future for all our grandchildren and their descendants.
The world's on a once-off transition to sustainability, and there are few companies like Mainstream that have a clear objective to do that.
We are a leading, independent, global renewable energy developer with an unrivaled track record and with thousands of megawatts right around the world.
We have a vast array of in-house expertise and knowledge that allows us to have a focused development business in renewable energy.
Mainstream's business model is to develop renewable energy projects, to de-risk them and sell them at the point at which they're just about to start construction, during construction, or when the project is operational.
Mainstream have a very strong track record worldwide. We have delivered into operation 800 megawatts of wind and solar PV. We are constructing hundreds of megawatts more in Latin America and Africa. We are about to build the biggest wind farm in Southeast Asia here in Vietnam.
Having that global experience combined with our local knowledge, that's what makes Mainstream a strong developer.
Mainstream's mission is to electrify the world with renewable energy.
We believe in lighting up communities with electricity and empowering them.
Investors like the IFC and the Rockefeller brothers have a mantra of wanting to do well while doing good. It's clear that they see the opportunity to invest in emerging markets, but they need trusted partners to do it with, and Mainstream is that trusted partner.
When we commit to a project, we will deliver it.
Mainstream's been extremely successful in auctions around the world because we deliver on the objectives that governments have for those auctions. That often includes reducing the price of electricity, making the country more competitive, having more renewables.
In 2015 and 2016, independent analysis showed that we won more renewable energy auctions than any other company on the planet.
Mainstream has a long track record of delivering on those objectives. That's what governments are looking for: partners, companies that deliver, not just people who say they'll deliver.
For a small company, we've delivered exceptional performance over the last 10 years. We've rolled out the largest offshore wind projects ever globally. We are in a joint venture that is the largest renewable company in Africa. We are the largest player in Chile. We are developing what will be the largest wind project in Southeast Asia. This year we sold our North Naguiha project. It was the largest equity sale on the London markets. So it's all of these successes come from our commitment to our vision, our mission and our values, and it's this commitment that really releases the energy across Mainstream that I'm so proud of.
Mainstream has been present in Chile since 2008. During the last 10 years, the team has been focused on the development of high-quality wind and solar assets. Today, we have a pipeline of more than 2,000 megawatts of wind and solar projects. In 2016, Mainstream was awarded 1,300 megawatts. That portfolio is fully awarded to Mainstream. These PPAs will serve in a combination of 7 wind assets and 3 solar assets.
Mainstream was one of the first movers in the South African market, started in 2009. We've been one of the most successful developers in this market. We've won 850 megawatts plant, wind and solar combined. 600 megawatt of that is in operations already. We're busy constructing another 250 megawatts. In addition to that, we've got 3.5 gigawatts of wind and solar projects that we're busy preparing for future government programs.
Vietnam is definitely one of the most important markets for Mainstream. The demand for energy here is huge. The country needs about 4,000 to 5,000 megawatts of new build energy every year. In Vietnam, Mainstream is building our flagship project, the Phu Quang wind farm. The project, when built, is going to be the biggest wind farm in Southeast Asia.
We see the Asian market as a very significant part of our growth trajectory. We are currently working on a number of advanced stage development projects in the Philippines, India, Vietnam, and Australia, and are actively looking for other emerging countries in the region.
Mainstream's Global Development Standard is an in-house standard that underpins everything we do in terms of development.
Our Global Development Standard means we develop our projects environmentally and social impact-wise to global best standards. There are parts of the world where regulation is not as developed, and we could take shortcuts, but we don't take shortcuts. So we apply best practices even if we're not required by the authorities in a country to do so.
Because we developed to these international standards, lenders, financiers, shareholders know that our projects are developed meticulously and will meet international financing standards.
The Global Development Standard really gives Mainstream a competitive edge because it's a continually improving system. And what it's doing is formalising all of the knowledge that we have of developing wind and solar projects globally.
The Global Development Standards allow us to identify the best projects, the risk of those projects, and also to minimize those risks.
It also speaks about health and safety, it speaks about sustainability, it speaks about how you treat local communities, and most importantly, it speaks about our absolute no tolerance for bribery and corruption.
It's true to our values to ensure that we do not tolerate any instances of anything that could even be perceived to be doing business in the incorrect manner.
We have a certain standard to relate with the communities, and we do it in an early stage. We receive their feedback and we really try to incorporate in the project layout. This is not a legal requirement, but it's really appreciated by the communities.
We work with the community in a way that they feel that they are also part of the processes, so that we gain their trust and also their respect.
Through our initiatives, we want to contribute to local development. We want to be part of the territory.
Mainstream is a great company to work for.
We have an open relationship with management where we can express our opinions openly and honestly, and I really enjoy that.
Mainstream really wants to invest in you as a person.
For hardworking and committed employees, Mainstream offers a great opportunity to grow and develop yourself in your career.
We see our current employees as the future leaders of the business, so we place a lot of focus in their development, and we are also very focused on employee engagement.
I really believe in the values and the vision of Mainstream to have more clean energy available, and I like to be part of that change.
All of us, we have the same objective, which is change the world through renewable energies.
We are leading the transition from fossil fuels to renewable power.
The world's on a once-off transition to sustainability. It needs to replace fossil-fueled power plant with clean, renewable energy. And there are few companies like Mainstream that have a clear objective to do that. And that's what marks Mainstream out. We have a global footprint, and we have the talent in-house to be able to get out and build where it's needed, when it's needed.
Renewable energy people have talked about as a linear expansion globally over the last few years, but it's now reached a point of inflection where growth is no longer linear, it's becoming exponential. In the next 5 to 10 years, renewable energy will become the dominant energy supplier, and we will not be talking about oil and gas majors, we'll be talking about the renewable energy majors, and Mainstream will be one of those majors.